Welcome back. It's your boy Chihugobe, your player partner, coming to you live from the East Coast. And today I just left the Walmart. I just left the gym right now, and then I'm just leaving Walmart. And the topic I wanted to discuss with you today, guys, is let somebody else take care of it. So I'm not here to talk about circumventing your responsibilities, but to be honest, speaking for myself, I don't want to have any responsibilities because responsibilities to me equal heartache and hardship all the time. So you guys know that I have been going on my world tour. This is me, North American tour, and I'm back in Toronto at the time of this recording. Today is the 24th. Today's the 24th of July. Also, this bike is really cool. I'm thinking about something, like I'm looking for another vehicle. So something like this. It's like Scooter Xmas bike. That's sick. This Yamaha Xmas. Let me see what they want for that. Anyways, and the more that I think about these things, I'm just like to myself, okay, my next course of action is as follows. I'm going to get rid of this car that I have still pending. Everything is still pending because I don't even know what's going to happen in 2 seconds. But it's like the car that I have now is pending. I'm going to get rid of it, and then we're going to just rent. I'm just going to rent. I'm going to rent a car. I'm going to rent a place. So it's like when you... Here's my whole thing. My whole thing about it here, and here's the car, guys. You can see the car here. The whole thing about it is just like I'm tired of having to take care of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of like, and it's not to say that like to take care of anything. That's not really the problem. The problem is that like everything becomes a burden. You know what I'm saying? To me personally, I find everything becomes a burden. Every time I sign on the lease, every time I sign on the paperwork, it just becomes a headache 2 seconds later. You know what I'm saying? Because time and time again, it's happened to me twice in my life before where I will sign, like everything will be okay. I'll be making money, I'll be doing this, whatever. And then I'll like sign something. I'll sign a lease or I'll sign some paperwork, whatever, for this car or for an apartment, and then like everything will change. You know what I'm saying? First time I had bought a car and a apartment. I got an apartment and I was paying, like everything was good. I was working. They had a lot of work at the job. I was doing security at the time, doing hella overtime, whatever. As soon as I got into the place, literally like the next week, all the overtime dried up, and then I could no longer afford the place and the car. And then secondly, this car that I'm in now, when I bought it, I was making money trading, I was making money online, and I was working my job. And then as soon as I bought the car, I lost like $6,000 in the market. You know what I'm saying? So like, it is what it is. As soon as I sign my straw man on the dotted line, that's why I understand certain things about like your straw man, the pen, signing things in black ink. That's why they always make you sign stuff in black ink. There's a reason behind everything. You know what I'm saying? So like, I signed it and then things went left, you know? And that's okay because I learned the lesson twice, and you have to learn the lesson louder and louder every time until you figure it out. So essentially I'm just like to myself, like, okay, yo, I'll get rid of this car so that way when I want to drive something, I'll rent it for the week. I'll rent it a week at a time, so that way I don't have to put up $1,000 every month. If I want to just rent a car for a week, it's $250. Go from there. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I want to get an apartment, if I want to get a place to stay, then I'm like, okay, I'll just rent a spot, Airbnb a place for a month for like $800, $1,000, $1,200, $1,500, $2,500. You know what I'm saying? So like, now I'm making money online. Now I'm literally a digital nomad, so I don't have to stress out like I used to. I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful that I now make all my money online. And that's even the manifestation for you guys that has come true in my life. And like my whole thing now is just like, just be able to go where you want to go, drive what you want to drive, stay where you want to stay, and have money. Just have money to do so, you know? So like for me now, it's not a matter of like trying to own something, because you can't own nothing in this world. We talk about this a lot on the channel, guys, but you can't own nothing in this world. So like, whatever, why would I want to try to like buy a house and buy a car, and you got to put all this money down, and then when things go wrong? So it's like, now I'm looking at it, I'm just like to myself, let some other guy take care of the maintenance and the insurance. I just want to ride. Let some other guy take care of the down payment, the lawyer fees, the closing costs, furnishing the house. I just need a place to stay. So to me, I'm just like to myself, that's the way that I'm seeing it now. That's the way that my mind is working right now. And like, I just am grateful for the fact that I'm able to see things this way. so I don't get too caught up, you know what I'm saying? So I don't stay too trapped in the cycle of trying to feel like I can own stuff, trying to feel as though that like if I don't have a car in my name, that I'm gonna be, oh, you know, girls are not gonna want to date me because I don't have I don't own a car, whatever. Trust me, bro. I own a car now, and anyways, I own a car. Anytime, let me tell you guys this. I've taken the bus in my life. I've driven Honda. I've driven Mercedes Benz. I've driven BMW, and the girls don't care, bro. If she like you, she like you. She's not gonna be like, oh, like what kind of car do you have? That's gonna determine if I want it. If she like you, she like you. If she don't like you, she don't like you. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, like that's the whole point that I'm trying to make here, is that like I'm not here to impress nobody. I'm not here to live in a certain way that perpetrates everybody else, that allows everybody else to experience the fruits of my labor. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like the whole thing is like in my life I'm trying to get rid of the have to. You know what I'm saying? You have to do this, and now I have to work because if I want to keep the car, even for example, right, it's like if I have to keep the car, if I want to keep the car, now like I have to get a job so that I have to pay the insurance, so that I have to, you know. And then like people are just like, oh, like why don't you just do Uber, why don't you do that? And my whole thing is like, first of all, I did it, and it's a lot of work to get like $100, you know. And I'm like to myself, now that I'm making money online, yesterday we made 350. Yesterday we made 350. Tomorrow we're gonna make, today we're gonna make what we know, and tomorrow we're gonna, who knows. But you know, we've been making, in the last couple of days we made like 500,000, 1,500, 2,000. Yesterday we made 350. So I'm just like to myself, and that's on the computer. That's on the computer, making phone calls and being on the computer. And then people are like, oh, but like, why don't you just Uber? Why don't you just Uber instead of but then I have to like spend all day Ubering to make $100, you know? But like people are so caught up with the idea of like trading your time for money and working that they can't even fathom that there's another way, you know? And that's why I'm just like to myself, like I have to prove it to myself so that I can prove it to other people, you know? And not even to say that I'm trying to prove it to anybody other than myself, you know, but I just talk to you guys because you guys know my life, you guys know the truth, you know. So that's the thing, you know. And my whole thing is like I don't want to keep this car if it means I have to do Uber to keep the car. Take the car. I want to walk around in the park and I want to enjoy myself and I'll rent something, and I'll just rent the car if I need to, you know what I'm saying? So like to me the whole notion is just that like you gotta just do what works best for you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing what's working for me right now. I'm doing what's working for me, and I don't want to work for nobody. I don't want to have to feel obligated to the bank or to like the credit union or anybody, because the Bible even tells us that the borrower is a slave to the lender. So like anytime you borrow something, you're a slave to whoever gave you the money until you pay it back. And the thing about it is that I find a lot of these companies, like they go on like they're doing you a favor. You know what I'm saying? They go on like they're doing you a favor to let you borrow money from them so that you can pay them interest at an absorbent rate. You know what I'm saying? So essentially, guys, what I'm just trying to say is that like let somebody else take care of it. Let somebody else take care of the car payment. Let somebody else take care of the insurance. Let somebody else take care of the maintenance. Let somebody else take care of the closing costs, because I just want to chill. You don't get nothing extra to me. And some people might be like, yo, but true, like, you know, and I'm not living like this look, I'm just talking to you guys just right now. When I'm able to buy a house cash, I'm gonna buy it. When I'm able to buy this car cash, I'll buy it, you know. But until that day, I'm okay to rent something. I'm okay to be busy in the city, and this month I'm in Collingwood, next month I'm in Tokyo, the month after that I'm in Texas, the month after that I'm in California, because I just rent a place. You know what I'm saying? I can just rent a place on Airbnb for a month and then go from there. You know, I don't have to do first and last and sign a year lease contract, and then now if something happens to the job, now you're like scrambling and you have to like, you know, all I have is a bag. All I have with me is 2 bags, a bag for my computer stuff and a bag for my clothes. You know, and then another bag for the gym. But you guys get the idea. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm trying to say is that like don't be afraid to think of an alternative way of living. It's your boy T, man. I'm out of here.